Hey, you guys, welcome back to Angel Angela. And on this podcast, I wanted to talk to you guys real quick on why the narcissist, they're not happy with the Newsupply. They're not happy with the new person that they're with. A lot of times, 99% of the time, maybe 80%, I'll say 80% of the time. 80% of the time, when the narcissist has moved on to someone else, they're either going to be an empath that does not know what's going on. And if they do not know what's going on, and if they're not able to see the signs, they're not able to see the red flags, they're not able to see that this person, that they met, they're over the top. They're over the top. Anytime you're around this person, they're over the top. They're overly confident. They're overly happy. They're overly positive, and they're selling dreams, and they're telling you about their life, and they're telling you their struggles. They're trying to relate to you, and they're trying to come towards you in a very positive light. So all of the good qualities that this person's showing you, or they're showing the Newsupply, these good qualities come from the empath. It doesn't come from the narcissist. So just as you're able to get information and you can spot a narcissist based on their characteristics, they can spot an empath because they've stolen the empath's identity. This is why when the narcissist meets the Newsupply, they have to seem relatable. Like there's just, they just went through something, and for the most part, they're humble people. They're happy people. For the most part, they don't really complain. For the most part, they appreciate what they have. They appreciate the things that they have, even if it's not a lot. They come to you as an angel in disguise, and that's what the Newsupply doesn't know. And they're not able to pick up on the red flags. They're not able to pick up on the fact that they're dealing with someone who can possibly be in a whole nother relationship, because that's what it is when the narcissist leaves you for the Newsupply. So anyone who is not able to pick up the signs to see that someone could possibly be in a relationship just because this person's spending time with you, or, but you don't want to really think about what has this person been doing this whole time. This person might have kids, and they tell you, I get along with the mother of my child. We're not together. They might give you a lot of different stories, but someone who is smart, someone who is aware, knows that just because they have a failed relationship or a couple of failed relationships, they have to judge the person by their character in order to know if that person is an honest person. And the only way to find out if the narcissist is who they say they are is by actually knowing their heart. Just like that. It's when the narcissist comes around this Newsupply, they're being nice, they're taking this person on dates, they're very, all of a sudden, this narcissist that you're with, they're working out all of a sudden, they're waking up in the morning, they're doing push-ups, and that that's not who they are. That you're a positive person, but you can almost tell when a narcissist is going to leave you. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys know when a narcissist is going to leave you. You'll start picking up on the signs. You'll see that they're overly confident all of a sudden. And, they're doing push-ups. They're doing sit-ups in the morning. They're working on their arms or working on their legs. All of a sudden, everything is changing drastically. They're changing their hairstyle. They're having different types of, now they're wearing a little earring that's dangling, now they're trying to be different. They're painting their nails. They're doing, things that are just like drastic, like they're changing into a whole nother character. And you're like, well, maybe this is just, cycle they're going through. Maybe, you want to believe that, you don't want to tell someone that that's not who they are, because you have the free will to change yourself. You're able to do things for yourself to enhance your looks or to be different. You can do those things, but the difference is that a lot of times when you set your mind into doing something, you do it. You just do it. You don't need to brag about it. You don't need to put other people down, so you'll see that, you could sit here and be into your fitness, right? You could be, totally into your fitness. And, in my experience, I was, working out. The narcissist that I was with, their brother was working out all the time, so their brother, would be like, hey, you guys want to go hiking? You guys want to do this? The narcissist never wanted to do these things, but I'm a nature person. So I was willing to do these things. And anytime that I did these things with the narcissist, right, they had to compete with me, even though this is something that I was doing for myself. If I'm, if we're running back down from a hiking trail, we're walking back down, we worked up, we're coming back down. The narcissist is sitting here trying to outwork you, but they're not really disciplined the way you are. So you'll notice that you'll try to get this person to do certain things and they don't really want to do it, or they do it, but it's not something that's consistent. So you don't want to put anyone down. You don't want to put the narcissist down, because who wants to put someone down that's trying to do something, right? That's trying to work out, trying to better themselves. But the narcissist has this thing about them that when they're doing these things, it's like they want a prize for it, or they're trying to compare themselves with you. All of a sudden, they're putting you down. All of a sudden, they're in a competition with you. All of a sudden, it's like they're talking about relatives and people around them. They're talking about their friends or family, and these are people that and they're telling you stories about these people all of a sudden. So they go between telling you they don't get along with these people and they do get along with these people. And what you're not realizing in that moment is that a lot of times when they're telling you stories about other people, you are believing what they're saying. But the truth of the matter is that when they're speaking of someone else, a lot of times they're talking about other people, their Newsupply. They're telling you about the Newsupply, but they're telling you stories about their sisters, their cousins, their friends. They're telling you stories. And a lot of times there's something that's troubling the narcissist. They're trying to impress someone and it's not working. Something's happening. It's not working. So now they're telling you stories that aren't true because they're feeling the pressure. And now, because they're feeling the pressure, they want you to make them feel good. They want you to rub their back. They want you to give them affection. But then they pull away from you. They pull away from you. 1 minute they're here, 1 minute they're gone. And the reason being is because someone has their mind, right? Someone has their mind, their attention. Something new just happened. Something new. And this excitement, it's making them drift away from you to this Newsupply. And what the narcissist doesn't understand is that you don't truly know someone unless you know their heart. So someone can be nice to you. The Newsupply can be nice to this person. The Newsupply can do a lot of things that seem like they're a nice person. And the narcissist can tell themselves, this person has a good heart. And certain things that this person does might remind the narcissist of you. But this person doesn't completely know their heart. They're looking at the materialistic things. They're looking at the physical. They're looking at things that have no value for the long run. How many of you, when you leave a toxic relationship, there's people around you that act like they care a lot, right? That person, oh, here they come again. They act like they care a lot, and you realize that once they get to know you, even though they know you're not healed, they turn everything and they make it about themselves. So that's a lot of times what happens to the narcissist. So what happens a lot of times is that they're trying to make this person new. They're trying to have this connection with this new person. They're trying to upgrade to a new level by betraying you, by basically trying to sacrifice you intentionally. They're intentionally doing this. They're some of them are warlocks and witches, and they're intentionally casting spells on you. So what this person does with this Newsupply is that they think they know that person's heart. Now, you could have been with the narcissist for years, right? And, the narcissist has gotten to know your heart, that it's sincere, that it's truthful, and you can look back and really analyze it. They'll even say things to you to make you understand that they know what they're doing to you, that they know how much you respect them, how much loyalty you have towards them. They know you're a good person, and they constantly want you to prove it to them, even though they're doing things behind your back. They want you to stay pure, but then they're instilling all of these feelings of insecurity, jealousy, hate. They're dropping all of their negative energy. Now all of a sudden they're working out, they're being positive, they're doing all of these things, and they're confusing you. They're confusing the direction of your future. They're misdirecting you. And, while them, trying to be happy with this Newsupply, they are not just betraying you, but they actually are planning on destroying you before leaving. So it's a process. They don't just, oh, I'm going to leave with this other person. They do little things. They say little things. They tell you to get your stuff together because something's going to happen soon. They drop off little things, or they'll say, oh, in a second, I'm going to be done with everyone. In a second, I'm going to stop being nice. And a lot of times you're thinking like, you've been nice this whole time? I missed it, because it's not consistent. So how can you even say that? And it will rub you the wrong way. And, I remember in my experience one time where I was driving and we were going back home, and I remember him being on the passenger seat, and his attitude, was so horrible at that time. He was changing this is where I barely started to notice that this was like a routine that was going to start happening consistently, because at first you're not noticing it. You're not aware, just like the Newsupply is not aware. And the narcissist doesn't know that person's heart, but the narcissist has gotten to know your heart. For instance, in my experience, the narcissist, I was crying on the way home, and I really don't remember why I was crying, most likely because they were being mean for no reason and probably planning something behind my back. But they looked at me and they said, "You really care about me, huh?" And, they started caressing my hair, they're touching my shoulder, they're rubbing on my leg, and they know your heart, but they rather make you feel as if you're not worth anything so that no one will ever see any value in you. When the relationship was over and I just felt like I was in despair, they basically said to me, now you know how I feel. So that lets you know that they know that they get their karma back. And this is where they mess up, thinking that every woman, every man is the same. They think, they're basically taking out every experience that they've ever been in life with different relationships. And things went wrong because of their own actions, because of their lying. Things went bad for them. It backfired. So you have to think about it. Things backfired on the narcissist before they got with you. Something happened. Things backfired on this person. And what they do when they meet you, this is why they are a narcissist, because they don't change. They try to adapt. They try to adapt where they're going to deceive you again. So when they come back and they try to deceive you again, that's a form of them, disrespecting, because in a sense, the narcissist feels like you have to pay the price for what other people have done. So they are assuming this person doesn't know your heart yet, right? They don't know your heart yet, even though you're pouring it out to them, and they should know your heart. But they're assuming, based on their other experiences that they've had, that you're going to do the things that other people have done to them in the end, or the fact that the people that they've betrayed were able to move on with their lives. So now this is what they hate about you. They hate the fact that you're in a position where they feel like you might do to them what other people have done. Now they've deserved those things because of their actions, but they're trying to target you to believe that, you know, you were going to do what these other people have done. And because of it, they're not even going to give you the opportunity to do those things. So they feel like, hey, I'm always one step ahead of the game, and I'm going to get you before you get me. But the thing about it is that every time they get you, you actually don't do anything back to them, right? So if it would have been someone from their past, this person would have sought revenge. This person would have slashed some tires, broke some windows, followed them around, tried to fight with the Newsupply. So these are the things that they're used to, because those are the hearts of the women they've been with, you know, and they're not looking at their actions. They're ignoring their actions that led those women to do those things. But what they don't understand with you, right? God will send you to the narcissist. Sometimes God will put you in that situation. It's only, you know, you stay there too long. But sometimes God will put you in that situation so that you can show the narcissist your heart. You know, you can show that narcissist your spirit, you know, and the more they test you, you're passing every test. You're passing every test, but they still want to believe that you're not passing these tests. They don't reward you. They don't take you out. They stop doing what they're supposed to do, because now they're used to you passing every test. Now they know your heart. Now they know your heart. Now they know. You know, a lot of you guys even have been in situations. I know me. I was in so many situations where I could have called the cops. I could have had this person arrested. I could have done a lot of things. And I always chose not to do it because I love that person so much. And now this person's being boastful about leaving to impress someone when they don't even know that person's spirit. They don't even know that person's heart. They're literally looking at you like, aha, I got away with it. I didn't marry you. You didn't get anything out of it. They're literally boasting about these things. And the fact that they made you believe that it was okay to accept that type of behavior. They feel like, you know, they won the ultimate reward or something. Like, they are like, oh, I got away this time because I know you would have done me like everyone else and you would have moved on happily, but I broke you down. Really, you know, believing their lies, you know, but what they don't know is that because you were really honest and genuine and your intentions were good, that they're getting that karma. And when they get it, they know it's because you haven't done anything to them. So a lot of times, by the time that they realize what they did and they're going through it, they'll come back trying to rekindle things only for that bond that you once shared, you know, to have basically be gone, because now, you know, they're looking at you different based on them getting to know someone else. And now certain things that like never bothered them about you, it's bothering them now because they're confused and they're getting bad luck and they're expecting you to save them like you always have. So what happens next is that even if things went back to normal, they'll start accusing you of things, and then now they're attacking you thinking that you're going to revenge them, and they're paranoid. So then they'll betray you again, and you really didn't do anything wrong, and now they're back with this person, this new supply or this old supply. And if they're an old supply, they believe that they know that supply because they have history. But the whole time they've been with you, that old supply isn't really who they were with the narcissist because they too have changed. They don't even know that person's heart. They think they do because that person's nice. They're doing things for them. They seem like an empath that's not self-aware about what their actions. So what they do is that they'll watch you cry. They'll watch you be in despair. They'll watch you. They'll see your spirit. They'll see your heart. And they'll still choose to reject you. And they'll spit on you like Judas, and they'll move on with that next supply. They'll break up with you. Not only will they break up with you, they'll try to destroy you completely. Why? Because they saw people from their past, be blessed after they left them because of their own actions. They saw people be blessed for leaving them. And a lot of those women, there came a point in time where maybe one of those women finally got fed up and did to the narcissist what the narcissist did to them. But that woman still chose to leave. That man still chose to leave. And they started to get blessed. And the narcissist hated it because they were watching from a distance. So they said to themselves, the next person that comes into my life, I'm going to make sure they don't get anything out of me. I'm going to make sure that I sell them a dream and that they believe it. I'm going to make sure that any chance they get to do something to me because of my own actions, I do something to them. These are dangerous people. So if they feel like, hey, someone gave them a criminal record, guess what? They get with you. They're trying to get, before you even get to call the police for them beating you, they already have, and you love them so much, you're not even willing to do that to them because you have a heart, no matter what. You stand by loyalty. And what they will do is they will contact the police. They've had other women, children, especially you're dealing with someone that's had children. Now they're taking it out on you. So what happens is that you get into a fight with this person. They got the police on speed dial, and you're thinking, this person told me never to call the cops, that we deal with things ourselves in our own relationship, and we deal with walking away from the situation because we have free will. We talked about this, but yet they're trying to ruin your life because they don't want to walk away from the situation, knowing that they mess things up with you, knowing that you're doing good without them. So they rather leave into that next situation because of their own sinful nature. And they rather lose you and try to ruin you so that if things don't work out with them, they have you in that spot, in that misery that you're in. They want you there. They want you low. They don't want you to be able to pick yourself back up in life so that they can keep coming back around, keep watching you. And they know as long as you keep taking them back, you're not going to get your blessings. So this is why they keep coming back around, and then they leave, and then they stay for a while, and then they leave again. And they're looking for another supply. They're looking for someone else because guess what? It didn't work out. It didn't work out. And a lot of times what you have to realize too is that just like they wanted to treat you worse when you got with them, and you have nothing to do with their past, and they're sitting here trying to treat you worse, what do you think is going to happen with that next person? They're going to feel like, hey, I had another supply. I left you for that supply. That person never called the cops on me. They never hit my car. They never disrespected me, no matter how much I disrespected them. And here you are, the new supply, following me around, stalking me, breaking my things, stealing my phone, doing things that someone else didn't do. And now that new supply is willing, they're thinking, oh, they're an empath. They're not self-aware. So now you're dealing with an empath that's overly emotional and putting you in bad situations. And then they get their karma and what the same thing they tried to do to you or threatened to do to you, now that new supply is doing to them. And this is why I say 80% of the time, you think they're doing better with the new supply, but they're not, because that person's unaware of what's going on. And if they're unaware of what's going on, there's always going to be chaos, and there's always going to be different tests, different scenarios put on the narcissist, because you're thinking it's just all fun and games. What happens when the narcissist runs out of money? What happens when the narcissist starts struggling? What happens when the narcissist goes through situations in life, or needs help, or needs something, and that new supply, they can't be there for them, or they're there for them, but they expect something back, or they're there for them, but now they're complaining to them about always being there for them. They're complaining about it. Now the narcissist realizes that they didn't know that new supply's heart the way that they believed that they do. So the narcissist goes into that next situation not knowing that person's heart, not knowing that person's spirit, not knowing who they're dealing with. So they can get into these situations and be stuck with a narcissist. And a lot of times, from my experience, that's what happens, especially when you've been a good person. So the way you're going to really know if this person's going to get their karma is just look at your heart, look at your actions, look at what you put up with, look at what you lost, look at how you suffered, look at the things that you went through, and ask yourself, because you think that they got away with it. That's what they want you to believe. But think about all the times they came back. Why would they come back? After they started buying that new cologne and started doing all those sit-ups, to get rid of that beer belly, and they still can't get rid of it. But hey, they're sitting here boasting in front of you and smiling and looking crazy, looking like a clown, looking like someone who's desperate for attention and admiration, because they think they found someone who sees them in a brighter light than you. And you were able to give this person the same thing that Newsupply is giving, even more. And if this person can't see your heart, or at least treat you with respect, or want to see you happy after you've passed every test, after you've proved yourself time and time again, then the real test is for you to walk away from the situation and allow this person to get their karma. Because if this person has came in and out of your life, it's because things are never going as planned with this person, and it's not going to go as planned when they leave you. It's going to seem that way. The narcissist is going to want to believe that because they're triangulating you with them. So when they're triangulating you with them, that's what it feels like. And at some point, they're so arrogant that they're like, what do I even need to triangulate, you for? I have someone else and they're hanging in tight. But the only reason they're hanging in tight is because the narcissist is wearing a mask with them. Once you disappear and there's no more triangulation, that person is able to finally break the spell, the triangulation spell. These are spells. And then they start to see the narcissist for who they are. But you can't involve yourself. The moment you talk to that new supply, you're back in that spell, all three of you. This is why they love this spell. There's going to be someone else that the narcissist is going to have to use to triangulate with this new supply to make it seem as if, hey, no one wants me to be happy. And this person's the narcissist is going to start telling this new person stories, either about you, their exes, their family, friends. They're going to start telling these people, this new supply, stories about these people, and telling this new supply that all of these people are jealous of them, even when they're not. They're just making up stories. When you're not around, The Newsupply will even start to question, why don't they really talk about their kids or their relationship, or why don't they bring you around these people if they get along? Once the Newsupply starts asking a lot of questions, or the old Newsupply, they start asking a lot of questions, the narcissist will try to hoover you. Even if it's just like sending an email, a text, something, they'll try to reach out, send flowers, do something out of nowhere, because they know this is the beginning of the end. Just to keep that person entertained and focused on them, to make that person believe that they're in this partnership for a greater cause. Until that person starts giving more, until the narcissist, they're getting all that bad karma. You're not protecting them with your energy anymore. That new person has to protect them now. That new person has to save them, and they don't even realize that that person doesn't have it in them. Whether they're a narcissist, whether they're an empath that's not self-aware, because there's no way, if you're a self-aware empath, you're not going to, as a self-aware empath, you're not dealing with that type of mess. Even if you have butterflies and you're excited about dating a new person, in the back of your head, you're always thinking to yourself, if I see any red flags, or you're even thinking to yourself, anytime this person's telling me a story, I can't all the way believe it either, because I'm self-aware now. So I have to figure out if this person's heart matches what they're saying. That's what a self-aware empath does. But a lot of these people that are messing with this narcissist, they're not self-aware, and because of that energy that they've gave to you, they're going to reap through those people. And this is why they try to destroy each and every supply, because they know they're going to get their karma. So they're like, if I'm going to have to get my karma, then I might as well destroy you anyway, so that while I'm getting my karma, I can have the satisfaction of knowing that I tried to ruin you, because I know I'm going to get it back. You have to think about it. Why do they try to hurt you that bad? Why wouldn't they just move on? Because they know you're going to be blessed. They know they're going to get that karma back. And, they think that their actions are going to stop you from getting that karma back, basically. But they're lying to themselves. And a lot of times you believe the lie because you feel stuck. But a lot of times what you have to do is you have to put your emotions to the side. You have to come back to reality. You have to figure out what you can do to make things better from that situation. And you have to have faith that someone is going to give you a chance or an opportunity to prove yourself. And when your time comes, when your time does come, do not go back. Because I've seen it. I've experienced it. And then you'll sit there and wonder if you'll ever have that type of good luck again, because you've given so much to this person, so a lot of times, you're thinking they're happy, but they're not happy. They're trying to make this person you. They're trying to make this person be and understand and talk just like you. They want this person to have your personality. They want this person to be you. And even, if this person's more attractive and the narcissist feels like, okay, well, I'm on another level now, right? Even if that's the case, the narcissist feels like they made you. They feel like because they made you self-aware that they made you, and they're trying to, bring your personality into that person. But the thing is, you had your own life before that person. You had your own personality. You had your own virtues and traditions. And, you had certain things that the people in your life taught you, different things, different aspects of your life, that really built your personality, where you were able to finally be comfortable and actually understand and know yourself. And they don't understand that when you get to that point and you have forgiven them and you're on another level, they don't even know when you've reached that other level because they think that they made you. But in reality, all they did was wake you up. And yeah, when you're in a relationship, you share common interests, or sometimes you have certain jokes that you guys understand and things like that. But the narcissist is so busy thinking they've reached another level when really now they've actually fell down a couple levels beneath you. And what they don't know is that that person might not even be capable of waking up. They might never wake up. They might never even see things the way you see them. They want, and it's because when they come back to you, when they're being, when they're lying to you and they're doing things behind your back and they're betraying you, what happens a lot of times is that even when they come back, it doesn't feel the same anymore. The narcissist starts to look at you almost like a stranger, like they don't remember you because they're playing a whole nother character. They have that little dangly earring on their ear. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys get what I'm saying? They're a whole nother person. So, it's like they want to go back to how things used to be, but they can't because you did it. You did that. The narcissist did that. So it's like they want things to stay the same, and then they're angry because they're not staying the same, and then they're full of greed, thinking that they can triangulate people, and it just they're like, why can't I just have an open relationship? Why are women so emotional? And that's how you can spot that you're just dealing with a narcissist, because if they have that type of mentality, then when they get with the Newsupply, what do you think they're going to think of that person? They're going to think, hey, I was able to waste my ex's time and sell her dreams. So, I should be able to do the same thing with you. If not better, because you're like a science experiment. I'm trying to put your personality, my ex's personality, into you. And, I'm going to add to that. I'm going to add to that. But the thing about it is that you cannot be replaced. You cannot be duplicated, especially when you're self-aware. And what you're going to realize is that a lot of the people around the narcissist that they're in a relationship with, a lot of these people are not self-aware. They have information. They might even know that they're dealing with a narcissist, but they're not really putting in the action the way you are. So the narcissist is going to find themselves in a really bad situation. And every time you see them, every time they come back, they're going to look like drained. They're going to look less alive. They're going to come around you and you're going to see that they look dead. And then they come around you and they're just happy that you took them back. So now they're acting like they're full of life again, right? They're full of life again. And you're wondering, like, why does this narcissist only come alive when they're around, a supply? Like, that's the only time it's like they put on a whole character. They're not who they are every day. They put on a whole character and they're going to try to come alive again, but you're just going to look at them like they're dead. Like their spirit is dead. Their physical is dead. You're just like, you're dead. Like you're dead, and you're trying to fool me into believing that you're not, and that you're happy, and they come to you not even like apologetic, not even remorseful or nothing. They just come to you like straight up clowns. So don't deal with these people. Let them go through what they tried to put you through, and let them just deal with it. It hurts sometimes, but the narcissist did not appreciate your heart. So now they have to find out what that Newsupply's heart is really about. And a lot of times they're not built like you. I'm sorry to say, I've been around a lot of people They're not built like you. I don't care, like how this person looks. I don't care how they're not built like you. They don't have your personality. They don't have your wisdom. They don't have what you have. There's something different about you. They don't have that. Whoever the narcissist ends up with, they're never going to wake up because you woke up. Now, if you would have stayed asleep, there's a possibility the next supply would have been someone who's awake and aware, and they might have even been a narcissist. But the fact that you woke up means that whoever the narcissist deals with is either going to be a narcissist and they're going to get treated just the way they tried to treat you. So don't let them fool you, tell you that they've never been, a sucker for another female and things like that, and they're not nice and giving to another woman. Trust me, these are the type of men, they'll be pawning the last of their jewelry on these narcissist women that they're with, and then be looking dumb in the end and wondering, oh, I should have stayed with the good empath. This woman, I thought she was sweet and she just emptied my pockets and she went moving to the next guy, and I didn't think she was like, a fast girl. So you guys have to stop having that idea that the narcissist is happy just because they tried to destroy you. They didn't give you any closure. That's all part of the game. That's all a part of the game so that they can keep coming back. That's part of the game. Now, when you close that door, you're forcing the narcissist to go be with other people, and you're going to see that they're going to continuously come to you, even stalk you, just so that you can give them that energy back. And the moment that you give them that energy back, because you think you're better than everyone, you think you're better than the next supply, you're thinking, well, I'm more valuable than the next supply. The moment you take them back, you lose your value, and that's part of the game too, is that you lose your value now. And now bad things start happening to you because you won't let this person go. Because at the end of the day, the universe knows that even if you take them back, even if they're begging to come back, the universe knows that this person is going to do what they've always done. They're going to go back to their addictions because they have no self-control. They have no direction. This person can't direct you. They can't lead you as a woman or a man. They cannot lead you. You cannot have a future with this type of person. You can't, because they don't have a heart. They don't have a heart. Because they only think about themselves. So there's no future with this person, with the Newsupply, because the narcissist can only see things from their perspective only. They don't care about the Newsupply's perspective on life, on relationships. They don't care about what that Newsupply wants in their life. They don't care if that Newsupply says, hey, I want this, I want that, I want to get married. They don't care. They'll tell that Newsupply whatever they want to hear. And after they've lied to that Newsupply, they say, hey, well, you should have judged me by my heart. You should have made sure that I was really a good person. That's your fault for allowing me in. Well, just leave me. Just leave then. After they've wasted that person's time. And now that person has to learn that lesson, just the same way you did, just the same way supplies before you had to learn. And if everyone doesn't understand this concept, they're going to end up in that hell right along with that narcissist, because that's where they're headed. And they're like, I'm trying to take as many people as I can with me. You guys don't deserve to be happy. That's not fair. Why does everyone get to be happy except for me? Because you're a liar. Because you're a con. Because you're disgusting. Because you're a pig. You have no morals. No moral compass. No common sense. Just straight up weird. Just a whole weirdo. Stalking all the time. Don't leave people alone. can't be alone, but claims that knows. These people claim they know how to be alone, but they can't. They're lying to you. They always need someone, you know. So if the Newsupply has been talking to this person online and they're telling themselves, I met this person on the internet. I've been talking to them for 6 months already. You know, I think I should meet them now. If this person doesn't have enough common sense that this whole time they've been talking to this person, or this person lives in another city or state, and they don't have common sense to know that this person, while they're talking to you, they could be in a whole nother relationship. If this person has no moral compass, how are they supposed to get to a destination in life when the narcissist has no moral compass as well? You got two people with no direction. So how is that going to work out? So make your plan, make your escape plan, make your plan, write some goals down, write some things that you know you want to do, write some things that you know you're tired of. Set a time to finish those goals. Take baby steps. Do whatever you have to do, but keep moving forward. That person's stuck in the past, and they'll make you believe that they're going to leave you in the past, right? They're going to tell you, I'm going to go into the future. Bye. While you're working on yourself, on your healing, that person's taking 10 steps back, because eventually it's going to hit them and they're going to be 10 steps back. You know where the narcissist might even end up? They might end up in the worst situation. They might end up with nothing. You might have met them with nothing, and that's exactly where they're going to end up, with nothing. You might have met them and they didn't have a vehicle, and you helped them. You were taking them to work all the time, and this person's making it seem like they're living their best life. Let me tell you something. That car is going to break down. There's going to be a car accident. They're going to end up right back in the situation they were in. And this is why they want to destroy you. And then when they end up in these bad situations, here they come back around you, trying to befriend you, trying to make you feel sorry for them. That's where you don't go back. This is why a lot of times when they come back, they don't give you closure. They don't want to talk about it. And it's not that they don't want to talk about it and lie to you, because they can easily lie to you. But they're trying to fool you by making you believe, hey, if I'm so retarded to the point where I'm going to act so dumb to the point where I just don't want to talk about what I did, I'm going to tell you, just get over it. We forgave each other. You know, I'm going to try to brush it off. This person is so idiotic that they're trying to make you believe that they don't want to give you closure because they're a narcissist, right? That's their whole thing. I'm a bad person. I'm not such a good person. I'm not really good with emotions. I'm not really good at lying. They are good at lying, but why don't they want to lie and give you closure? Why can't they lie about that? Because if they make you believe that they're arrogant and they don't have any feelings and they don't feel anything and everything's going their way and they get what they want, if they don't give you closure, it's going to make you want to get the closure, or it's going to make you actually desire them as a person, because you're like, this person's so confident. They won't even give me closure. That's over the top confidence right there. Don't fall for it. It's not that they're overly confident. It's that they don't want you to realize that the only reason they're with you is because they got their karma. So while you're so busy focused on why they did what they did to you, why you're not getting closure, they're looking at you like, closure? You want me to put a spell on us and break what we have? I think not. I need you, just in case. You're not focusing on the fact that they got their karma, and they're not even telling you that they got their karma. And sometimes they'll give you a hint. They'll say, everyone's trying to destroy me. Everyone's trying to kill me. Everyone's a hater. They say all these things to throw you all the way off. And you're thinking, why don't they want to talk about what they did to me? They only care about themselves. Why is that? Yes, because they only care about themselves, and they're using that tactic of them telling you, I don't want to talk about that anymore, to make you believe that they're so overly confident, but really they don't have no confidence when they come to you. They're actually pretending. They'll even start dancing, singing, as soon as you start talking to them, they come back into your life like they never even left. They want to go back like nothing even happened because they feel that stupid. That's how stupid they feel. And then a part of them feels like shame, and they don't want to tell you, but you can feel the shame on them, like they're just shameful people, and they know it. And because you call them out on that shame, you might call them out on something that seems bizarre because of that shame. And now this is where they start personally attacking you, yelling at you, saying things to you. And you're wondering, I gave you a chance to come back in my life. What is your problem? What's wrong? I thought you wanted, I thought it was kumbaya and namaste. Like, what's going on? It's all about them, and they don't learn, and they don't care. And they don't understand why things keep backfire. They feel like they need to actually kill you at this point, because they're like, maybe if I kill you, maybe I can run across someone just like you. Maybe if you kill yourself, maybe if you sacrifice your own self, maybe I can finally find someone that I can get enough energy from that's a new person. And the thing is, they've already bonded with you. Even if they go to the next person and that person doesn't realize it, your smell, your stench is still on them. So don't let these people fool you and make you believe that they're happy. There's the only way the narcissist will ever be happy again is till you wake up, forgive them, forgive the situation, and they get their karma, and they go through their karma without, trying to seek revenge, like the revenge hoover that I've talked to you guys about, which I'm going to put the link below if you guys want to tune into the revenge hoover. So how many of you guys have actually experienced the narcissist talk to you about how they feel about karma? I'll sit here, I'll wait. How many likes, how many comments, because how many of you guys have actually heard the narcissist tell you about their perception on karma? Because they'll tell you, screw karma, I look karma in the face. Because when their karma is coming back to them, they keep trying to go and get that person back. And guess what? They might be dealing with a narcissist. So think about it. If they came back and forth coming with you, right, and wouldn't leave you alone, imagine if they're dealing with a narcissist. They're not going to know how to leave that narcissist alone, and that narcissist is going to yo-yo them. And this is why they'll come to you years later, months later, crying, and you think they're crying for you, and they're crying for that Newsupply, or they're trying to hurt you just because you've moved on with your life and you're not stuck on the past anymore. And now they're seeking revenge. They're stalking you. Leave these people alone. They're not going to be happy. Leave them alone. Do you understand? They are not happy. They'll tell you that they're not happy. So why are they around you? To dump their negative energy on you. That's what they're around for. So don't allow these people to dump that type of energy on you, especially when you know you don't deserve it. Because if you do, you're going to make this person your God, and you're going to get what you deserve for dealing with them. And that's the truth, because there comes a point in time where you actually have to know that this person crossed the line, and that there's nothing that they could do to redeem themselves, because they're not even trying to, because it's like lie after lie after lie after lie. So I hope that this message on the Narcissist, the Newsupply, was helpful for your healing, because I don't know why, I know why, because I was in that situation where I really wanted to believe they were happy, because that's what they tried to reflect to me, and I was naive and young and dumb. So, I had to learn the hard way. Why would this person be with me for years if they were happy, or other people were better or looked better than me or whatever? But that's not it. It's not it. They don't have your spirit. They don't have your energy. And, the narcissist, basically, they're playing themselves when they lie. That's all they're doing, is playing themselves. Just like they're mirroring all this negative energy that Newsupply, they're going to mirror negative energy towards them. And they know that. This is why they try to destroy you. This is why they don't want to give you closure. They're trying to throw you off. You're so busy focused on the closure, you're not focused on the karma they're getting. So, and they've been getting it right in front of you, and you've been saving them. So, let these people go, because they won't save you. And they're nasty people. They are very nasty people. They only think about themselves. And you're going to run across a lot of these type of people, and you're going to spot them, because they only care about themselves, and they're only nice to you because they're getting something out of you, conversation, or you're on their side, or something is going on. But in due time, you're going to judge that person by their heart. You're going to see what type of person that is, what type of friend that is. If we aren't friends anymore, are you going to talk about me behind my back? Are you going to tell other people bad things about me? Are you going to, if your friend doesn't like me and your friend comes over and we just don't get along, are you going to be fake and be on your friend's side after we've been friends, and we've had our own situations? And are you going to let someone determine how you feel about me? Or are you going to switch based on someone else's perspective? And this could be in any aspect of life. And those are typically people that don't know themselves. These are typically narcissist people, and people that only care about their pain, their own needs. And this person can even be an empath that is not self-aware. They'll only care about their needs, and they'll try to hurt you because of their own pain. So just be aware of that, so that you don't walk around in the world, just mad at everyone because they're in pain. Deal with your own pain, and then you'll be able to reflect that out into the world and block that negative energy, because it does not belong to you. So I'm sending you guys lots of love, light, peace in your healing. I know this podcast went kind of long. Oh my God, it's 50 something minutes. Anyway, yeah, you guys, if you guys enjoyed this podcast, do not forget to like, share, subscribe. If you guys want to book a session with me, my information, of course, is on the description. Like always, just give me 24 hours, and I'm sending you guys love, light, and peace. Talk to you guys on the next one. Bye.